there, Riderflex Nation. Steve Urban here with more career advice and job interviewing tips for you. And as a quick reminder, if you enjoy our podcast, please remember to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes. And on today's podcast, a message for employers around their job spec or their job description that they're using when they do that posting online, or when they give that job description to the recruiter that they're working with. Here's my tip. It's so important for the employer to really spend time on that job description and the requirements that they're looking for. So often, I think the human resource department and maybe the hiring manager, which is in a different department, don't necessarily spend time together to make sure everybody's on the same page with exactly what the company's looking for. And in fact, in smaller to medium-sized companies, you'd really need to tie in the CEO in many cases as well, especially if it's an executive or maybe a director level position. That's often where we see misses when we get job specs in. Maybe the HR manager didn't talk to the hiring manager, or the hiring manager and HR didn't talk to the CEO. Often when we start a search and we start going down that path, we'll find out that the company team isn't all on the same page, and then we'll have to make adjustments as we go. So not just to save the recruiter time, but really to save yourself from interviewing the wrong people and maybe even hiring the wrong person. I just really encourage employers and companies, spend time making sure that all the right parties are locked in, they're in unison, they've all agreed on exactly what they're looking for, what the requirements are, etc. Don't rush that process. Don't just, if you're a VP of marketing and you need a social media manager, don't just depend on HR to spit a job spec out to a job board without making darn sure you've connected with them and that everybody's on the same page. It's so important. It'll save you time. It'll save the recruiter time, and it'll help make sure you get the right person in the building for the job. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day. We truly hope you find our material helpful and entertaining. And while our podcast can be heard across most platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud, you can become a supporter of this podcast by visiting our show on the platform Anchor FM. That's anchor.fm/Riderflex. You can also send us your questions or suggested topics for future episodes to the email address podcast@riderflex.com, or drop us a voicemail at 888-964-5876, extension 710. Visit riderflex.com to learn more about us. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and have a great day.